Happy New Year to all of you, wherever you are in any part of the world, in the north or in the south, in the east or in the west. I salute all of you on the occasion of this new year, 2023. And then I would like to greet you with another term. God bless us all. God bless us all. God bless us all. Because this is the universe of the God or the gods, whatever name or names you have given to them or you have in mind to be given to them. But the fact, according to me, is this that the universe is made by someone or a group of someones who have been right from the beginning and who will continue to be until the end to have another beginning, to have another end, and the same cycle to be continued forever. Well, dear friends, respected people all around the world, I would like to speak on the possibility of experiencing new things in the new year. People have been celebrating New Year for a long time now. Earlier, maybe in the beginning, the concept of the New Year celebration remained confined to the developed countries and to the big cities around the world. But in course of time, as a matter of fact, the New Year is celebrated globally as Christmas is celebrated globally. Though we have different days or dates in different calendars of different communities in the world. For example, in the Hindu calendar, the first day of the first month, called Vaishak, is celebrated as a New Year's Day. In India itself, you have so many New Year days according to different culture. The people of Assam, the people of Bengal, the people of Mithila, the people of Nepal, the people of Tamil Nadu, the people of Kerala, and you can name so many others where the New Year, according to the local calendar or the Hindu calendar. And then you have, of course, the Muslim calendars in different Muslim countries, and they too have New Year days, uh, different, and sometimes the same day celebrated throughout the Muslim countries of the world. Now, I would like to come back to this today, which is the first day of the new year 2023. And what thing comes first to my mind is that the movement of time is so quick, so fast, that sometimes you feel that the year, the time of a year is almost like the time that you count one. So if you live 100 years, you may describe that 100 years time in terms of counting 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 99, 100. So the time that you take in counting from 1 to 100, perhaps in some opinion, having a year's time is like that. So quickly, you feel as if the new year 2022 you celebrated a few days back, some time back only, and it got over, it got past, it mingled into past by midnight yesterday. And today, in some parts of the world, almost 12 hours of the New Year's Day gone. And these 12 hours have become the time of the past. The remaining hours to complete the 24-hour day, Jan day 1st, there. And then one day will get gone, and you will be entering the 2nd Jan 2023, the 3rd Jan, and the 1st Feb, the 2nd Feb, the 3rd Feb, and so on, and then the 1st March, 2nd March, and so on, the 1st December, 2nd December, 3rd December, and then finally 29th December 2023, 30th December 2023, 31st December 2023, and the year gets mingled into the past. And the new year will be given name 2024, and it will go on as long as you live. You go on counting, and time counts you down. You go on counting the years, and the time counts you down. You go down, and you every day, every passing day, you inch towards your grave. And what is this grave? Even grave is something not permanent. Grave changes, shifts its place because of the movement in the crusts of the earth. A grave may have been dug in one place, but actually the remains in the grave or the grave itself might have shifted 1 kilometer away from the original place of the burial or the graving. So, on the very first day of the new year 2023, people would generally talk about champagnes or different kinds of celebrational items. Hotels, business people, in hospitality, they started advertising about their hospitality of the superb kind right from the start of December, that 30 days after, 31 days after, you will have no space. If you want to celebrate the first day of the new year 2023, get your hotels booked, get your tables booked, and get uh, uh, shows booked for yourself and your family. And today, these business people, these advertisers, these hospitality people, they are reaping the harvest of the merits or the merits of their advertisements or merits of their luck. Thousands upon thousands of people around the world, I should say rather, millions of people around the world are busy partying or will be busy sometime after partying and having their friends and families together. And I, one of the human beings of this world, one of the over 8 billion people in the world, I'm at home. You have different homes, your father's home, your mom's home, your father's father's home, your mom's father home, your own home, your wife's home, your friend's home, your wife's parents' home, and I am also at the home of one kind or the other, but I feel homely at my home here. And a few hours before this moment, I decided to speak on the newness, if any, of this new year, because I have the experience of so many new years which are mingled into the past. The most recent example is of 2022. 2022 is over. And yesterday I wrote some emails to some people and I told them, rather I expressed myself in these words, that let us celebrate the about to enter 2023, but let us also express our gratitude to 2022, whatever conditions we had to live in, no matter, because 2022 didn't have everything in its control to give to the world or to take away from the world. It's all designed, it's all destined. It all depends on the laws of the averages. Life doesn't change. Life's rituals do not change. Times, rules, and regulations do not change. Whether it is the first day of the new year or the second day of the new year, or if you go back, it was the first day of the new year 2022 then, or the second day or the last day. You had people on all these days in great moods. You had people on each of the days in extremely sad mood. People every day, some people gain, some people lose. Some people get diseased, some people come out of the diseases. Some people get devoured by death, and some people come out of the moments when they were about to be devoured, but somehow they get spared. Death spares them, and they survive, and they live. And they live another 10, 15 years, or even 15 years, or even 50 years. Today, I reflect on the law of the averages, or the laws of the averages. We have our plans and programs. You think of a picnic, you think of a party in a hotel, you think of visiting a friend or a family member, and on the way, on the very first day, you get gone in the accident. So every year in the newspapers, if not from one place, if you scan the newspapers of different places, you may get the news that some people out early in the morning on the very first day of the new year, and their cavalcade met with an accident, and five friends, five family members, they lost their lives. So they were heading to a spot where they would have great joys. They would have things executed according to the plans for the picnic, but they get gone. This is one of the examples of the laws of the averages. You go out to celebrate, you start out to celebrate, but before you happen to have any celebration of your plans, programs, you are not there to reach. You don't even reach the destination where you want to celebrate. You get devoured much before you reach your destination. This is an example. And so many examples you have that you decide to celebrate in good health because you hope to continue to be in good health for another 10 months or 10 days. Only a few minutes ago, you would be blaming others to be lazy, to be not food conscious, health conscious, and you would tell them that be health conscious like me, exercise, eat well, exercise well, and you would get fit. But only 10 minutes after, or 2 minutes after, or 1 minute after, you suddenly start vomiting, and all your health exercises, all your precautions to make your health robust, these precautions would prove to be false. You collapse, and you collapse. People collapse and you die. No more. You think of a party, very successful, all people enjoying, suddenly you have a fire, engulfing fire, and many people get killed. The very place that had been decorated for the party, New Year's party, so beautifully, that place is charred to nothing. Only blackness, smoke all around. I may be cursed, or I may be condemned, or I may be criticized severely for speaking all these things on this particular day today, the very first day of the year 2023. But then it's not me speaking, it's stoic. And stoic, not only some people, many people, and those who pretend not to have expressions of such bitter realities of life, they lie, they pretend, they don't live normal life, and they don't have the guts to speak the truth. Many people believe in this dictum that speak truth, even if it is bitter, because speaking truth, bitter truth, may sound bitter, may be unpalatable, may not be liked, but for some time only bitterness, for some time only uh, darkness, but you get to know the truth and you recover because time is the healer. And if there has been something very unpleasant and you don't speak, if there is something very unpleasant to happen because of action and you don't have criticism, you may repent later on. So if somebody doesn't start forming the habit of speaking truth and all the time speaking lies, and you don't caution him that if you lie to others to have benefits of different kinds, to cheat others, to deceive others, there are many people bigger liars than what you have been. You may have been very much known as a liar, clever liar, not ever getting detected as a liar. But then you will find, you will realize later on that you have liars bigger than what you have been. You have been deceiving gullible people, but you'll be deceived by people whom you think to be gullible. Sometimes it happens. Today, the new year, 2023. What will be new during this year? In what way people would have realized the wishings of their friends in their life this year? You may have been wished already. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Have peace, prosperity, prosper, succeed, get improved life, greater qualities of life. But the same wishes every year. And on many occasions, in many examples, just after the exchanges of wishes, accidents happen, untoward situations develop, even, even mortal dangers arise, and people get devoured. So, today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow, and tomorrows will get into the past, we shall have almost the same thing, or more or less the same thing that we had in the last year. At some of our endeavors, we would succeed. At most of the endeavors, we would succeed. But some of the endeavors definitely would be there among our endeavors at which we would fail. Or even if we succeed at all the endeavors, there will be repercussions of the successes. And repercussions may be very bad. So last year, we had pleasure, we had pain too. We had approvals, disapprovals. We had commendations, we had criticism. This year also, the world suffered from many kinds of troubles: economic, social, cultural, political. See, only last year, the war between Russia and Ukraine started and got into worse conditions. And this year also, the same conditions will prevail, or other conflicts will arise at other places. Poverty will be there this year also in many parts of the world, in the cases of millions of people, and they would be suffering from poverty. If not poverty, they would be suffering from their successes. excessive wealth. We suffer when we don't eat. We suffer when we overeat. We suffer when we have no friends. We also suffer when we have too many friends, or at least a friend. A friendless person's life is miserable, but sometimes a person having many friends also feels the misery of the worst kind or of some kind in the life. The sun will come out. The sun will appear to many, may not be appear to so many. The sun will set, or the sun will appear to be rising. The sun will appear to be setting. The sun, all of us know, doesn't set. The sun doesn't rise. It seems to be rising because of the revolution of the earth around the sun. Seasons will come almost the same way. The four seasons, globally observed or understood: winter you start with, because it's winter, followed by spring, and then followed by summer, followed by the autumn, and again the winter. So this cycle of the change of climate seasons will recur. The weather conditions will repeat themselves, sometimes bright, sometimes very positive, sometimes murky, sometimes advantageous to people's movement, people's lives, activities, sometimes adverse to all these activities. You never know. People would be old this year also, as millions of people became extremely old last year. People would die this year also, and babies would be born. People would come out of the diseases very little scathed. People would also succumb to their diseases and injuries, and they would be physically eliminated by time this year also, last year also. And you go back to any number of years, 80 years, 100 years, 1000 years. So death occurs and recurs. Births occur and recur. Deaths occur and recur. Births occur and recur. You convalesce and you lose your health. You lose your relationships, or you get your relationships loosened. You get divorced or you divorce. You change permutations and combinations in your connects or connections with the people. You succeed, you fail. You get overjoyed, you get oversad. And the same thing will happen. Wishes are the formalities. Curses are also the negative formalities. People are wished heartily, sincerely. People are wished artificially, cunningly, on the surface. Wished, but the intentions are not that their wishes should come true. They would like the results to be just opposite their wishes. For example, if you wish somebody happy life, you actually want that that person's life becomes more miserable. But for the sake of formality, you speak out the words, I wish you a very happy new year. I wish you a very happy life. In the same manner, you curse someone, but you have a feeling that no, you should not be cursing because that person has not harmed you. He is not inimical to your causes. Is good. So artificialities get invested, formalities get invested. They have been getting invested, they will continue. Life has been lived sincerely, life has been lived insincerely. People have honored relationships, people have dishonored. And the same thing will continue to happen in the new year also. You think sometimes that bad things happen only in one part of the world, or it is the wealth that prevents people from becoming bad. Sometimes they say that poverty is a kind of riches, and riches is a kind of poverty. Or people who are poor are selfish, or they want to have more and more. People who already have, who are rich, they don't want to have more. But no, this is also one of the laws of the averages, that the poorer you are, the more con- contented you are. The richer you are, the more want you feel in your life. You want to have more. The more you have, the more you want. This human nature of opposite colors, you will have present, you will have continuity in the present. Just enter New Year. America, the US, that America is a term in common parlance. You mean the US, because America is the north and the south. So the US is supposed to be the richest, to be the most advanced, to be the leading country of the world. But there also, you had conflicts last year, you had conflicts before last year, you had conflicts to some extent, to varying degree, in all the years that have been. You go down to Christian era added 1, 2, 3 like that. So in be it America or Ethiopia, one of the poorest countries, one of the largest countries of the world, Soviet Union, or it may be one of the smallest, Bhutan, in the neighborhood of India, or Brunei, supposed to be a country, independent country, and maybe population a couple of thousand. And you have, on the one hand, China, almost 145 crore, 1.45 billion. In India, 1.35 or 30 billion. And you have a place where only 5,000 people live or 5 lakh people live. And everywhere you have. So, New Year, it's an excuse. A stoic, he doesn't see any novelty in any of the years, coming or going. He sees that things remain in one form or the other. Diseases come and go. Diseases are added. New diseases get born. And new treatments also come out. COVID has been still haunting many parts of the world. And if you think of the life that the world had to live some 6 months ago, 1 year ago, means 19 December of 2019 and December of 2021. So 2.5 years almost, you had deaths uncounted. Even in America, you had more than 1,200,000 people devoured by COVID. And in many parts of the world. So, New Year is a misnomer. It's an excuse. And it's a valid excuse. It's a good excuse because at least we have some reason to celebrate. Life generally is boring. They say life used to be exciting in the hunting age. Exciting in the sense that you would get or you would lose. You would win or you would get defeated. You would come out of the dangers or you would get engulfed in more dangerous dangers. So we have festivals, no? Different festivals in different parts of the world. And we should not say that we shouldn't have festivals, we shouldn't invent festivals, we shouldn't invent more sports and games to gather together, to compete with one another, and to have good time. Because if we don't think that way, life would be much monotonous. If we don't celebrate the new year, thinking that what difference it would be between yesterday, that was the last day of the gone year, and today, the first day of the newly arrived or just arrived year. Uh, a person who's stoic might suggest that there is no sense in celebrating because it's almost the same. But then that would not be all right too, because we should have celebrations in one way or the other, on one account or the other, because at least these celebrations help us to feel a bit better. Even if these celebrations, these festivals are not there, it would be monotonous. And even the stoic people would feel jarred, uncheered. We should have occasions to cheer ourselves and to cheer our friends and to cheer even those whom we don't know, because it's an opportunity to do better, to innovate, to revive, to revise. People take resolutions on the first day of the new year's. And if you pursue your resolution sincerely, maybe that you gain something, or you prove to the world, or you give to the world. For example, last year somebody had the resolution to work for the deaf, and this year you have the resolution that you would work for the old, extremely old, for the poor. You would work for those who love nature, or those who love animals as much as they love human beings. So every year you have a New Year's Day celebration, and you celebrate also. Celebrate means you go to places of your liking, you eat the food that is favorite with you, you meet the people that you love or you feel comfortable with, and it's a good thing. Or you make resolutions to feel that you have been doing something for the world, because that is the right idea. You cultivate yourself, you make yourself available for what is going to be advantageous to you, your family, your friends, and other people. But if you don't do, you just live in a rut. You don't improve. It is therefore very essential that we celebrate, but we celebrate with temperance. We celebrate in the background of the reality that we succeed, and we succeed in the right spirit. Even if we don't succeed, we shouldn't be feeling badly let down, because that will be unrealistic. Let us try to be better human beings. Let us have resolutions whose results would be enriching to those who take the resolutions, and even to those who are around such people who take resolutions, make resolutions. The new year will come and go. The years of the future are sure to be new years if things remain the same, if the world is not annihilated, if the world is not destroyed to the extent that it would take centuries to revive it again as it is now. So things have to be, and man knows limitations. It is a universal fact of this earthly life that earthly body is false. A pin made of still you keep it in a place, it may remain there for hundreds of years, even thousands of years, but no human being has ever lived for even 400 years, 200 years. Yes, of course, we hear about some people sometime living for 100 years, 130 years, 135 years, 137 years, but we have not heard of anyone having lived 175 years, 180 years, or 200 years. Only in the legends and in histological books and writings, we have references to saints and sages credited to life of 500 years, 600 years, but that is mythical. Scientifically speaking, practically speaking, you have people who live for 130 years, rarely 137 years, but 175-year-old person's record has never been available. I therefore would like to greet all of you once again that Happy New Year is an occasion for us to restart our life, to rebuild our life, to redecorate the stage of our life. But we should always keep in mind that things will happen as they used to happen in the past. Pleasure and pain will come to us. Successes and failures would occur this year also, as they occurred in the last year or all the years that have been part of the past now. Countrymen, continent men, and human beings all around the world, brothers and sisters, seniors, respected, all of us, let us celebrate today as the first day of the new year, but let us not be over drunk, over married, over hopeful. Things won't be miraculous. Results in our life won't be miraculous. They would happen, they would occur as they have been, more or less. Differences would be there, but the nature, essential nature of life would not change. Let this new year give us more comforts, more happiness, more meaning, more satisfaction. Let us hope. And with this hope, let us put in more attention, more serious attention, more sincerity to succeed. And let us hope that we continue celebrating all the coming new years in our life with sincerity, supported by sincere good work. God bless us all. God bless us all. God bless us all. Happy, happy, happy New Year once again. God bless us all. God bless us all. God bless us all. Bye bye.